With over 400 celebrity interviews and tons of pop culture nerdiness, Too Opinionated is a safe haven for your inner geek. Find us at meistercon.com or on YouTube under MeisterCon Pod. And please subscribe. It would really help us out. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. So excited today. I've got actress Kristy Dawn Dinsmore with me. So welcome, Kristy.
Hi.
I'm so happy to have you on the show. I'm such a fan. I've been a fan of yours since you were like the younger Mimi Rogers type person.
Really?
Whatever that, what was that, a movie or a miniseries? It's a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like the first movie, like TV film movie I did. So back in Vancouver.
Yeah, and if I remember right, it was a Lifetime movie, which normally I would not be watching. But my wife was watching it, and somehow I got kind of sucked in. It was pretty good. So that was the first time that both of us had seen you, and we've been following you for ever since.
That's amazing. I love that. Thank you.
It's been a little while now. It feels like it was just like last year or a couple years ago, but it's been a while.
Yeah, that kind of kicked things off for me. I just, like your first movie you're doing, and my dad came to set with me, and because I was still a minor, right? So you have to have a parent on set with you. And then it was like the 70s. So they did my hair like Farrah Fawcett. Of course, it got wet, but the wind machines and pretending there was a tornado and people dying. And I was like little Miss Bossy too, I think back then. I was this poor like kid that was playing my brother. Wasn't getting his lines out, and I knew everybody else's lines. Like I felt so like I'm like type
You
A.
were that person on set.
I was at that time. Yeah.
Well, that's part of what we liked about your character was the hair.
Oh really? Oh cute.
Yeah, it was epic hair.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, I just remember my dad and I being like, going up to Crafty, and I'm like, we can have any of this, like, because I was just so foreign to it because I had danced so much, so kind of coming to set just really green. I just didn't know what to do. I was like, we're allowed to have these snacks? Okay. Yeah. Super funny.
Well, as a kid, that's probably more important than the pay. Is actually the food.
Yeah, exactly. The food. Yeah, free food.
Yeah,
exactly.
So tell me a little bit about what got you into acting, because I know you grew up a dancer. So how did that end up kind of moving into the entertainment?
Yeah, I had a lot of energy as a kid. I was pretty hyperactive. And my mom, I have to give credit to my mom. She wanted us to be in a lot of different activities. Yeah. And so I was in gymnastics and swimming and dance. And they kind of just said, look, Kristy, you have to pick one. So they gave me that choice as a kid, which is cool. And I guess I picked dance. And I went into this, I was in this like little musical theater school at this age of 3. And I think for me and my personality, it was just having these like big sisters and like another community beyond school. And I fell in love with it. And then I graduated from that and went into a dance academy and still had a lot of energy. So a dance teacher of mine who I just actually recently got in touch with, she was going to London, and I just gave her a bunch of recommendations. Yeah. And she wants me to speak for something, like she does this youth program or whatever now, but it's so cool how things like go full circle, because she was an actress. She became an agent and was like, you have too much energy. You need to be an actress. And I was like, do I? Because I was the class clown. I'd be making people laugh on stage when we were supposed to be, serious and like performing. And I just, So I kind of blindly went into acting from dance. And I think having, the stage, musical theater and dance background, like using your body and being more like, as a dancer, you're very comfortable in your body. So I think naturally it just is kind of like, you just move into that, as career wise or whatever. So yeah, I started auditioning and then booked, Storm Cell and played the young Mimi Rogers. And
I mean, normally that's not how you start. That's a pretty good role.
It's pretty great. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just knowing her background and like her career and stuff, like to play her was, you know, I feel grateful for doing that for the start, so, but yeah, I kind of did it backwards and then it kind of unfolded how it, I didn't, I have a friend that said it's never how you think it's going to end up. Like your career is like, you think it's going to go one way, but it really is never how you plan out.
Have you
So
got to play a dancer on screen by any chance?
no, no. And I was thinking about that the other day. It would be cool to do some dancing or something and in a new project or if something landed in my lap. But I yeah, I've kind of left dance behind, although I do miss it. So
I think, what about a role where you're a dancer that has an injury? So you can't dance in it. So you're trying to find something new and you
yeah,
accidentally fall into solving crime.
exactly. And then I turn into a zombie and then yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What was your dance? Did you have a specialty?
Um, Hip hop ended up being my specialty.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I
Yeah, when
tell
you're
people
younger,
that.
you do all of them, I guess.
Yeah, you have to do it all kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. And then the academy was a program. So I had to do a certain amount of hours of ballet. I got on point. And then we had things called like stage and lyrical and what else was it? But yeah. Yeah. Tap.
Yeah,
I did tap.
taps.
I still like
My
tap.
my daughter did dance all the
Oh
way
yeah.
through high school. She started when
Yeah.
she was like 2 or 3 years old and did it all through high school. And now
You know.
her daughter, who's 3, she
Oh.
started dance 2 weeks ago and
Oh
is
really?
loving.
Oh
All she's doing right now is tap. That's all. But
yeah.
I'm sure they'll add the rest of it.
Right.
But she's very proud of her tap shoes. She's been pounding the floors around the house.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to practice too and just drive everybody crazy.
Dance
Yeah.
is really good for a kid that has too much energy, but
Yeah.
it's kind of exhausting on the parent side because it's so
Yeah.
involved. Like when
Yeah,
you
it
go to
is.
those competitions or the recitals, I mean, you're there all day or all night, whichever
Yeah.
one they decide to
Yeah.
start. It's which is great when your kid's up on stage, and it's just so when it's everybody else.
I know. Yeah. My poor brother and my dad, like every competition, every recital. But yeah, it's heavily involved for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's so good because it gives kids a chance to get kind of that camaraderie and make some friends, which,
Hmm.
when I was growing up, you were outside a lot more and it
Yeah,
seemed
me
like you
too.
kind of made those friends and those connections, but it's a little
Right.
tougher now because kids don't really do that. So you
I
got to
know.
get them involved in something and get them around other kids, and it's good. Dance is a really good way to do that. And I know my
Yeah.
daughter, she hasn't danced officially in years, but she still goes back and talks to the younger dancers at her studio. She's friends with her coaches growing up, so it kind of formed
Oh,
those lifetime bonds.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I think everyone should learn how to dance for sure. It's
Did I
different
see
from
that
a
you got to
competitive
do like
sport.
you got to do a closing ceremony for the Olympics?
Oh, yeah. That was like,
Pretty
I think
neat.
that was my last professional thing that I did. And I think I could have, the dream was to move to LA to be a dancer forever ago. That was the
Yeah.
dream. But acting kind of took hold and
Well, if
I
you gotta switch out dreams, that's not terrible.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Was that a Winter Olympics?
I went, yeah, Winter Olympics. Yeah.
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 My
Yeah, it was
wife, my wife works for Live Nation, and
oh nice.
she worked she ran the box office for the China Olympics in 2008. So I was trying to think, well,
Oh
if
yeah.
that was the summer, then 2010 was probably winter.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
very
even know
good.
what the next Olympics are or where they are.
Yeah, they might be in the States. Now
I
I'm
think
thinking
so,
about it.
right?
Yeah, I think it may
Yeah.
be coming, maybe LA.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not West Virginia. LA has more people in that city than we have in the entire state.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, same with Canada. There's more people in LA alone, or California alone, than all of Canada. So yeah.
Canada, Vancouver especially, really big entertainment scene.
Yeah, huge.
I didn't realize that they did so much there. Like a lot of the Christmas movies that I thought were done in New York were in Vancouver.
Yeah. A lot of my friends do those Christmas movies, people I know and stuff.
How have you avoided doing a Christmas
movie? Me avoiding Christmas movies? I said going through my my intentions and goals for the year, I was like, I'll do a Christmas movie this year. If it comes around, I'll do one. I think they're cute and they're they're really popular and stuff, and everybody likes them. They're feel-good movies,
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You absolutely know the plot. You know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
But everybody loves them because it's like comfort food.
I call them the Cinderella story. There's always like the evil stepsister or stepmom. And so they're cute.
I'm expecting to see you in one. You'll be the the girl that moves to the city and she becomes successful, but something's missing, so she comes back
to West Virginia.
Back to West Virginia.
Do my West Virginian accent.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you. I really want to do an accent like that somewhere down the road. So Southern's like my favorite.
If you get a West Virginia role, give me a call.
I will. Yeah.
I'll just talk and you can imitate me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize my accent was so strong until I started doing these interviews.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then everybody was like, where are you from?
I love it.
Like I listen to you and I don't really pick up an accent.
Yeah. I've trained myself. I mean, as a Vancouver actor, they really, drive in that you shouldn't sound Canadian. So we kind of get coached out of it. And then can
you turn it on like on a,
sometimes I feel like it's kind of hard because if I think about it, then I don't know, but there's still a few things that I say by accident and then people are like, that sounds Canadian, but I always try to say sorry instead of saying sorry because Canadians say sorry.
I know, I like that better.
But when I come home, that's all I can hear it from everybody else around in the house and talking to my friends and stuff. And sometimes I feel like it kind of seeps in again for me, but
oh yeah, it probably does. I noticed that when I'm talking with my family, my accent gets much deeper.
Oh yeah. Even when I travel, because I've lived in Ireland and spent a lot of time in London and stuff, and I just pick up things and I'll just start saying like, come here to me, and like just all these weird little isms that they have there. And I'll just start talking in an accent because it's fun, so we
enjoyed, and you've had a couple of big roles in the last few years, but you popped up on a few shows that we watched at different times. You were on an episode of Rogue. You were like a secretary or something on there.
Oh yeah. That was a small role. Yeah.
At that time, I was running a call center for DirecTV.
Oh yeah.
And that was one of their shows.
Oh, cool.
One of their shows that they kind of, I guess, produced.
Right.
So we watched it because they were showing it nonstop at work. So I remembered that you popped up in that. And then I was very late to the party, but we started watching Loudermilk when we were stuck in the pandemic.
Yeah.
You popped up on there too.
Yeah, a friend just reached out to me and was like, I saw you on TV. And I was like, oh, which? And then he just mentioned Loudermilk. And those are all small roles, but it's funny when people recognize you from like years ago,
Yeah. Yeah. Did you do a Supernatural too, maybe?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. If you're an actor, you have to do like a Supernatural or a Law and Order, NCIS, one of those. You have to be on there.
Yeah. Totally.
It's like it's a rule that if you want to be an actor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Supernatural
Vegas
was
is
on for
Champion
like 2
Choosers.
decades.
Sorry.
I said Supernatural was on the air for like 2 decades, so
Oh, I
everybody
know.
knew.
And they were so amazing to work with, Jensen and
Yeah.
yeah, they were amazing. I've met them a few times actually too. They're just really nice, down to earth guys.
You know, everybody I've talked to that has worked with them says that they're
Yeah,
just nice guys.
yeah, they're great.
Which, you know, if you were on a show for 15 years, it might make you pretty relaxed. You'd be like, I got
Yeah,
this acting
great.
thing's not that hard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there isn't really an excuse not to be nice. Like you're living the dream. Why, you know, why be anything other but nice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So the big, I'm guessing the big break for you was Vikings when you
Yeah.
got on there. You know, how did that role come about?
I auditioned for Akma and didn't think I was gonna ever get it. And I had been spending time with my ex-boyfriend Alexander. And I brought clothes for a short trip, and then next thing you know, I'm filming and I have to be there for 3 months. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was a dream come true, I guess. And I just really wanted to take advantage as much as I could. And I always say I milked it in a sense. Like I just tried to absorb so much and just make it my university of
You were
acting.
kind of a badass on
Thank you. Yeah, I tried.
there. Did
I
you have
mean,
to train? Did you have? I know
yeah,
you were probably able to do some of the stuff because of the dance, but did you have to do
yeah,
some physical training?
yeah. And it's a lot harder than people think it is. Just you have to. The stunt coordinators were amazing, and just something that I learned. Like it's just not about choreography. Like you have to like put in the story. You know,
Yeah.
you're oh, he's coming too close, and oh, he got away, and then now you're going, and he almost gets you, and you have to create this like big story. So I just have them in the back of my head like, oh, too fast, and then this way, and then go that way.
I think
And
I would have to like make myself angry to do a lot of that work. Did you
yeah,
have to do that? Did you have to kind of pump yourself up?
I think so, because like yeah, like Vikings were like grunting and you're fighting and you're doing all the like yelling and and like all this stuff, and I was kind of a little bit shy to do that at first, I noticed. And then I mean, you kind of just have to go for it. And just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, why not?
yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. So
Was it cold filming?
it's freezing cold. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked cold.
Yeah. It was not glamorous at all. But it was great. So I mean, I wouldn't have traded it for the world. So, but yeah, my toes were cold. We were wet all the time. Um,
Did you get to keep any of the costumes?
I didn't know.
See, that should be, I think that should just be part of it. They should let you
Yeah.
pick something to keep.
Yeah. I
I
know,
want
right? I
something for
think,
Halloween or something.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we took some stuff from set that we were allowed to, or whatever. We were asked about it at the end or whatever. And they give us shields. So everybody signs your shield when you're on
Okay,
the
well
show.
a shield's
Yeah.
better. That's cool.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? So
Yeah.
I still need to like, I used to have it hanging up in my apartment, and I've been kind of nomadic lately. So since 2020, I've been all over the place. And so I haven't had time to like put it up somewhere again, but I will. I think I want to like frame it or do something with it. So yeah.
Did you learn any like new hairstyles on the show?
No, I can't. I suck at doing my own hair. I always have someone doing my hair for me. But those girls are extremely talented.
Yeah, there's some really cool looking hair.
Yeah, like I think they kind of started this, like, like the 100 too. Everybody kind of started doing this really cool hair. And yeah, the Viking crew and Cat, everybody was family, and everyone was really, really, really good at their jobs, and it was so much fun coming to work every day.
That's
You
cool.
felt taken care of, like, or they would, like, down to the camera people and everything, like they really made you feel welcomed and loved. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
it was really awesome.
Did you have to audition for the role, or did they approach you to say,
No,
hey, we got
I auditioned. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
good. You
wish.
wouldn't think, because I know you're like me. You're not the tallest person.
No, I was the shortest. I have a nickname from set. No, it's Mad Dog. Tiny Viking Mad Dog. So the most vicious, tiniest and most vicious, but so funny.
You don't see a whole lot of short Vikings.
No, you don't.
They're
You really
very
don't.
burly.
Yeah. Burly. Well, I mean, Raga, who was Queen Gunhild on our show, she's like 6'2" or something, but
She looked tall.
She's actually Viking, like she's
Yeah.
from Iceland and all of that. It's cool having like her on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you learn any Viking words that you carry with you?
I mean, skull, easiest, most, obvious one. And
cool.
I did actually end up going to Iceland. So after filming the show and then ending up in Iceland, and we hung out with Raga and kind of toured around and did the whole thing and just learning about the land and stuff. I mean, and just the vast, like, the waterfalls and the mountains and all that.
I've always heard Iceland is beautiful.
It's amazing. Yeah, I'd love to go back actually. But yeah, one of my favorite places that I've traveled to. Yeah, I think there's so much history with Vikings are just so cool. Like it's so cool that they crossed the sea and
I know, and those boats did not seem like they could go those distances.
I couldn't imagine. Yeah.
No, it's miserable.
Miserable. Yes. Oh.
So we've been enjoying you on Day of the Dead.
Sorry, Day of the Dead.
We've been enjoying you on Day of the Dead.
Yeah, you watched it.
Yeah. Well, I'm nerdy. So sci-fi, checked it out. It's pretty good. Are we going to get a season 2?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think we would have heard by now. I'm sad because we kind of got into this rhythm, all of us, and then, but maybe, who knows? Maybe there'll be something else. I don't know.
We're hoping for a season 2.
Yeah, it was cool.
It didn't end on it wasn't a terrible cliffhanger, but there's some loose ends out there.
There was some loose ends. Yeah, we have to tie those up.
I'm up. Maybe they could give you a little movie to tie up if they don't want.
That would be great. Amy's Next Adventure.
I'm putting it out there. Yeah. We need something.
Yeah. Acting God's universe, industry universe, whatever we call it. Yeah.
There's too many. I think that happens to a lot of shows, a lot of good shows. They do well, but not quite well enough to get that next season. But it always seems like there's a little cutoff there, and we lose a lot of really good shows because of that.
Yeah, politics. I mean, I think 1899 or something like that, that show. Yeah. The fans are going crazy and campaigning for it to come back because it just got canceled. So
I saw that. That surprised me too. It always surprises me, the shows that get canceled. And then you'll have shows that you're like, how in the world are these still on the air?
I know. Exactly.
Won't mention any names, but they're out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, who's watching these?
Nerdier people. Nerdier.
Way nerdier.
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's kind of it. It's you got to find a niche, or a cult following.
Yeah, totally.
Get some of these shows.
Well, you think Day of the Dead would have had that? Like I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm sure it does. Maybe we need to start the petition. That seems to be how you get the shows back on the
air. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You got to make some noise. Is there a genre that you haven't got to do that you would like to do?
I do anything really, but I'm more leaning towards doing some of those art house films and indie stuff, noir, and like I said, if anything, just becoming something other than myself, like doing a West Virginian accent or mastering something like that.
I think you would be believable as a West Virginian.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I've done a lot of horror films, but I
Yeah.
kind of want to stay the course. I'm just a big fan of, or dark comedies and stuff like that. So
dark comedies would be good.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need a dark comedy that takes place in West Virginia.
Yeah, exactly.
If I was a writer, I'd try to write that. But
yeah.
Do you have any ambition to step behind the camera or to write at some point?
I am writing, actually. That's what I've been focusing on. Yeah, the last 3 years I've been working on a feature, and it's like a fantasy horror.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
So are there swords?
Sorry?
Are there swords?
There swords? No.
Is there magic?
Yes, there is magic. Okay. There's a maze, there's a dark force. There's
Mm-hmm. Do you plan to star in it?
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I wrote I've been writing a lot, and I don't really think about starring in them. I think more so about directing them and how they're gonna look. Yeah. But it would be fun. I can't fathom like these people that star and direct at the same time. I'm like, how do they do that?
Yeah, it seems like that would be difficult.
Yeah, super difficult. I rather do one or the other.
Yeah.
So at this moment, I feel like, I've been talking to a lot of friends that are writers and stuff, and I'm just writing what I want to do. So we'll see if it happens, and but just to keep the creative juices flowing and kind of creating my own destiny, so to speak. So,
well, I think that's the time to do it, because you can act, so you're gonna have stuff coming in, and then on the side you can do the writing until that takes off, and then if it takes off, then you can decide, well, maybe I'm done with acting now. I'm a writer.
Right. I mean, there's a world where you can do all of it, and I really think that actors need to learn how to do everything. So just to appreciate all the sides of the industry and the business.
If you didn't go into acting, what would you be doing now?
I would have probably been an interior designer or an architect. Ooh, yeah, nice. And I love art, so those are the things. I still kind of want to get my interior design license. I just have been like,
well, yeah, why not?
Yeah, thinking about it. And I think this day and age, like you're just kind of a factotum of life. Like everybody does a jack of all trades, I don't think you're defined as one thing anymore, or have like lots of people have multiple incomes coming in. So I just feel like that I'm more than just an actor or ex dancer or whatever. I have multiple things on the go and on the move. So
yeah, that's pretty great. Well, when you come to West Virginia to do your starring role in this dark comedy that we're putting on, or when you're solving crime as the ex dancer that got hurt, with that you could come by and give us some ideas on the studio.
Absolutely.
We could,
and I'll bring my shield and my sword, and we can. Yes, bamboo sword though.
Well, that's probably safer for me.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not worried about you, but me.
Yeah. Feisty.
I talked to Adrian Paul, who played the Highlander on the TV show.
Oh yeah.
But he still fights with swords. So he like every few months he rents out a castle, and then you can go and spend the day with him fighting. Sword fighting, and then he throws a feast at the end of the night. And I was like, well, that's the best thing I've ever heard. But he would beat you to death, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah. I should challenge him to a duel.
Maybe you could survive that.
Maybe.
I think he gives you a feast at the end if you make it.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, I think people would pay to go and fight you in a castle if you provided a nice feast at the end.
Yeah, I just dropped the gloves. That's what we do in Canada, right? We just drop gloves. You just drop the sword and just go
go at it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do Canadians actually fight though? I
On
mean,
the ice.
because the reputation on the ice, yes, but the
Yeah.
reputation is that you're very polite.
Yes, I think we are. But I feel that about Americans too.
We
Um,
definitely get that reputation in West Virginia. We're extremely polite.
yeah, polite. Yeah. But is it like bless his heart? Is it like
Yes,
that?
it's exactly like that.
I love that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Canadians are a bit passive too, but I mean, I think it's on your own bias and experience, you know? So there's stereotypes everywhere, but we are we are nice. We are.
No?
We're really nice.
That seemed kind of menacing, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, so do you have a name for this work that you've been doing?
Oh my gosh, yes, I do.
Do
It's
you want to
called
tell it?
Lazzarato. Oh, I just said it. I was like,
What's it
ah,
called? What's it called?
Lazzarato.
Oh, I love that.
Hmm.
How'd you come up with that?
Um, you know, it's funny. I've had people like just tell me to pressure on finishing something because I've
Yeah.
taken 3 years to, and I'm doing some other features and stuff, but this one it's kind of like my baby, and I've just the more I've spent time on it and researched the things that are involved, the more it makes sense to me in a way.
Yeah.
So just little things that like are coincidences it within, like I was like, oh wow, I didn't even realize that meant this, but I put that in there. So it's kind of like my subconscious coming out
Oh,
a
I
little
like
bit.
that.
It's
Yeah.
really cool. But Lazzarato means quarantine, like hospital or like prison of the mind,
Oh,
so to speak. So when I did research about it, I kind of cracked that, and it's set in quarantine, like, or pandemic times in
oh, very
2020.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I started writing it, so it's kind of reality meets fantasy kind of thing. And it has a strong mental health awareness message to it. So
Oh, very nice.
yeah,
Did you pick up any new skills when we were locked down?
I so I didn't make sourdough, but I did make gluten-free pasta from scratch. And my grandfather is a woodsman and like he does like craftsmanship, wood craftsmanship. And he made all of us these beautiful rolling pins one year. So I used his rolling pin
Oh, I love
to
that.
they were pretty thick, and it took me all day, but we weren't doing anything, so it didn't matter. And then I bought a ukulele too, and I learned a song. So
Oh, very nice.
yeah, I've always wanted to learn an instrument, and
You went all in
I
on the
went all in.
quarantine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
just a lot of I honestly during quarantine I just spent a lot of time on personal growth and just got back to myself really.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. You used your time wisely. We got done
okay.
with quarantine, and I was like, oh, I probably should have done better than that. I just ate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we all did. So
Well, we kind of went
don't
in. We're
be too
like,
hard on yourself.
well, yeah, you kind of, at first you're like, oh, I can do this for a couple weeks. It might be fun. And then
Right,
it was a month. You're like, okay, a month. But then it just
right.
kept going. And then finally you're just like, okay, guess I'm getting fat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You just own it.
No, that's interesting that you make gluten-free pasta. I'm
Mm.
celiac. So I've
Oh,
been
you are?
gluten-free for 25 years.
Oh, wow. Good
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Gluten-free pasta, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Do you have it normally, or
Do I have gluten-free
do you
pasta?
buy
Oh
do
yeah,
you
yeah,
buy
yeah.
gluten-free pasta? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, there's a really good brand. I think it's called Jolie or something like that. I get it from Whole Foods.
Ooh.
Starts with a
Now see,
J.
we don't have a Whole Foods around here. It drives me crazy.
Oh no.
No Trader Joe's, no Whole Foods.
Really? I love Trader Joe's.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah. I will
And I'll have
petition.
to remember that when
Second
we go
petition
out of
of the
state.
day.
Okay. That's what I want. When you come to West Virginia, we're going to
Yes,
do a YouTube video of us making gluten-free pasta.
exactly. And I think I will be the new mayor of West Virginia.
Oh, I
So
think you will.
yeah, I'll petition for that as well, and we'll go from there.
I think yes.
Yeah.
There's
bossy pants. Remember, I'm bossy, so.
Well, that's right. And the current mayor's term is almost up. It'll be time
really?
for an election. So,
and all the actors are doing it. So,
I know. I was supposed to talk with Anson Williams.
Oh yeah,
and he had to postpone because he was running for mayor and won, but then it got contested, and eventually it got overturned, and now he's trying to overturn it. So he's tied up.
Yeah, he's tied up. Yeah.
Mess. I was like, well, okay, that's what you get when you go into politics. Well, Kristy, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time with me. I'm such a fan of yours. I was so excited to have you on the show, and you've just been the best.
Oh, great!
Wait, I hope you get that made. I would love to see that.
Yeah, we'll see. It'd be awesome. I mean, yeah, it would be a dream. So we'll see.
That's the hard part is getting it made. You think it's the writing, but it's actually getting somebody to take it.
Oh yeah, there's lots involved with that as well.
Of course, if you can do a screenplay, you can just turn that into a novel.
True, very true. Or you write the novel and then you turn it into a screenplay.
And then you turn it into a screenplay.
Yeah, exactly. We're on to something.
We're on to something.
Yes, we are.
On to something. I feel like I'm going to be watching one of the streamers, and it's going to be a movie about an ex-dancer that solves crime, and I'm going to be like, hey. There's going to be a special thanks at the end of that for me.
Yeah, 100%. I will, for sure. 5%. 5% will go to you as well.
5%. That's all I ask. I'm not greedy.
Yeah.
Just upgrade the studio a little bit. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Buy my own shield for the wall.
They should give out shields. People should be able to get those. Yeah, like authentic shields. I'm sure they have them, or people make them for Comic-Cons and stuff. But
I'm sure.
But yeah.
Some of those people at Comic-Cons, their costumes are amazing.
They look exactly like it's wild. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. People are so creative. I'm very impressed.
Yeah. There's so much talent out there. It's
so much.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. And most of us that's what we don't use it right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to make this costume. But that's all they'll ever do. I don't know. So a couple of things, Kristy, before I let you go. Anything else that you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out?
I did a few things last year. I did Creep Show, if you're familiar with that.
Yeah. I like Creep Show.
Yeah.
I watch it like this most of the time.
Yeah. I loved it. It was so much fun. And it's a really fun episode. Again, I can't say anything. I won't say anything yet. But that's coming out in October. So we still have a ways to go.
Are you the killer?
No.
It comes out in October. Very nice.
But I do die. But maybe that's too.
Oh, yeah. See, that's good though.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good. Everybody should have a cool death scene.
Right, exactly. I mean, when have I not died? So I have 9 lives.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing, where can we find you on social media?
Kristy, or at _Kristy Dawn Dinsmore.
Yeah. I found you on Instagram.
Oh, great.
So I'm assuming that it's similar on some of the other things. Do you TikTok?
Trying to get better with that.
Because you're a dancer. It seems like you could do that.
The dancing in hip hop has changed a lot. I mean, of course I could do it, but these TikTok dance, I can't keep up with it. I feel like I need someone to show me. The Gen Z.
Yes, I know. Yeah. I'm on there, but I'm just
it's
working.
Hard.
Yeah, because it's very intimidating.
I have a little cousin, and I think she's 12 now, and she makes me do all the videos and stuff with her. So if she was around more, I would get her to help me. But
when I was in high school, it was back in the 80s, and I was dressed in like parachute pants, muscle shirts, and I had pretty good hair back then, pretty good 80s hair with that. But I was very shy, and which you think if I was shy, I wouldn't be dressing that way. But I was very shy, but I dressed that way. But I used to live in fear that somebody would come up to me and want to like challenge me to a dance off. It used to scare me to death. And that's kind of how I feel about TikTok.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, everyone is so talented on TikTok too. Just go down a rabbit hole with the dancing and like all the videos.
You can lose a day.
Yeah, you really can. Yeah.
You have to say, okay, I'm going to look for 10 minutes and then stick to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I have a time limit on my phone for Instagram. So
that's good.
Yeah, to really.
That's good because it's so easy just to get stuck. And then you actually do become a zombie over time.
Well, yeah, we are pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the best. Well, Kristy, I hope you'll come back when you get your screenplay made. That would be awesome. Or when you have something else that's really big, you have to come back and tell us.
Yeah, for sure. Would love to. Thank you.
This has been the best. And it's not even 3:00 there. You've got the rest of your day.
Rest of my day.
Yeah,
I think I'm actually making pasta with my family. So
gluten-free pasta?
Maybe. We'll see. I have to convince them.
Okay.
So
I'm not committing to coming up there if
yeah, exactly. No flour in the kitchen, please.
Yes, I'm so allergic. It's the worst. It's actually not. I don't have any trouble anymore because I'm used to it. But initially, trying to get used to a gluten-free diet, especially a couple of decades ago, because there was nothing.
There was nothing
labeled. There was. I mean, I was eating like bananas and eggs. It was awful.
Wow. Awful. Yeah.
But over time, now it's not that big.
Yeah. There's so much out there now.
So much.
So great.
And it's probably better for you.
Oh, I try to eat that way a lot. I
probably weigh like, I've always said that. I probably weigh like 400 pounds. That was the universe saying, we're going to help you out.
Yeah.
No gluten for you.
Yeah. We got your cholesterol levels.
That's right. All right, Kristy, hold on one second. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. Kristy Dawn Dinsmore. I'm such a fan of hers. She was just a badass on Vikings. But I really enjoyed her in Day of the Dead. So I'm still hoping for a season 2. But I think she's a really talented actress. Still looks like she could dance with that. I know she said she doesn't really do that anymore. But still looks like she could. That was just a ton of fun. And I love hearing that she's writing. I think that's really exciting. So maybe we'll get to see something that she's created in the future, and we'll bring her back on if that's the case. Thank you guys for tuning in again this week. If this is your first time joining us, watching or listening, thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to help us out, we could definitely use the support. Couple easy ways to do that. If you're watching, it's YouTube MeisterCon Pod. Just hit that subscribe button. Just subscribe. Helps us a ton. If you're listening, wherever you're listening to your podcast at, whatever platform you're using or app you're using, just subscribe there. That helps us as well. You can find today, I posted episode 515. I can't believe that we're up that high. We just passed our 4th year, 515 episodes and counting. So you can catch all of those, audio and video, on our website, meistercon.com. And they'll also let you know if we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering a convention, if we're cooking pasta with Kristy in Canada, whatever we're doing, it'll be on the website, meistercon.com. So definitely check us out there. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.